Welcome to the Online Success Podcast with Michael Brown. Your online business success starts now.
Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the Online Success Podcast. Again, I'm Michael Brown as always, and I'm always here with you. And in this episode, I'm going to be talking about, is too much learning bad for online success? You guys have all heard the term analysis paralysis. Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today. When is too much learning bad, and what to do to basically overcome that the paralysis you might face as you're learning. And I'm going to give you some very simple pointers of the way I get past these type of things myself when I'm learning new things for the first time. And it's a very simple process, and it really won't take me long to explain, but I think it'll be extremely beneficial to you, especially if you're brand new at learning how to make money online and get started with these things. So let's dig right in today. So the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is information overload. And this is probably something that, again, if you're just getting started in the whole making money online arena and you're learning what to do, this is something that is hard to overcome sometimes, because a lot of times you'll see hundreds of people all telling you different ways to make money online, and that's fine. There are several different ways to make money online and several ways to make good money online. The problem is if you listen to too many people at once and everyone has a different way of teaching in a different style, it gets very confusing because we all do things differently. And that's okay, but you need to pick and choose who you're going to listen to and just go with it. Make sure you're getting into something that's good, but also when you get into something, just stick with it and start focusing on that particular avenue and focus on it. Okay, and a lot of times what you'll hear in these kind of industries, you'll hear, do this, and do this too. And then what happens is you're getting all this learning, all this knowledge is going into your head, and it's just getting very, very confusing. And the actual truth in all this scenario and everything you're trying to do is you really only need a few steps to get started, and then you need to focus on those steps. Other things, as you go through and as you learn, you can and you should definitely learn other things as you go. So you should learn little bites in the beginning, definitely in a step-by-step manner. Learn those things and then pick up on other things as you go and add to your knowledge. And for all the time I've been in the industry of affiliate marketing and making money online, one thing I've learned is that you'll never stop learning. You will learn all the time. I still learn every single day. Every single day something will change. There'll be something new coming out. There'll be a new avenue to make money with, a new thing you can do on your website that will bring more income. And there's always going to be new things to learn, and to learn these things, you learn them and then you simply apply them. So let's go a little deeper into all this, because what I'm basically talking about is when you're doing all the learning but you have no action going on. Okay? All learning and no action, it's a recipe for disaster. You have to be able to take action. If you have no time for action because you're doing all of this learning, you will become paralyzed by the difficulty of the process of basically processing that much information on a large scale like that. It would be, what I kind of equate this to is if you were to go through and read, let's say, an economics book, and you were to read page 1 all the way to the end in one sitting, okay? How much of that knowledge would you retain and be able to implement if you had to form basically your own government? I'm just throwing out an example. It's a kind of a crazy example, but I'm just giving you an example there. How much knowledge would you be able to retain enough that you could do that? So basically, you need to not take in so much knowledge at once. You need to get the bite-sized pieces and go through each piece segment by segment and apply it. Start everything you're doing with just simply a few steps, okay? So basically you would, in affiliate marketing, you would do something like this. You would find a niche that you really like. You'd spend some time in research, And before you go on and start learning all the other stuff that goes into that, you would go ahead and take action. You would go ahead and find that niche market you like, and you spend several hours researching that market. Now, if you did something like this, if you just came in, you learned, okay, you need to find a niche, you need to spend time researching it, then you need to build your site, then you need to, build the content, build your affiliate links on your site, and then start building links to the site and getting traffic, through the search engines and all that. Your mind would be overloaded with too much at once. So you'd break that down and just do the first one or two steps first, complete them, and then move on. And what this does is it actually just simplifies the entire process. It makes things so much simpler than coming in and trying to do everything at once, because it's impossible. There's no way you could come into something new and learn all of it and then apply it. It's just too broad. It's just too much information right there. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. So make sure you learn in bite-sized pieces, and then what you do is you take action on each little bite-sized step, and it makes it so much simpler. So, think of it like the whole baby steps, or one step at a time, one day at a time, one action at a time. One action at a time, complete the action, learn the next part, complete the action, and move on. So this is going to put it in perspective for you. This is going to allow me to just shorten this for you and basically get this stuck in your head, this idea of how to simplify everything that you're going to learn how to do. So basically, whatever you decide to apply, learn it first. So learn something, then apply it, and continue applying it until you get it right. Once you understand the concept and you're getting it right, learn the next thing that's new. Basically, then apply it and keep applying that until you get it right. Then go on to the next part. Rinse and repeat. Learn it, apply it, get it right, go on to something new, and go on to the next step, okay, the next piece of the puzzle. So rather than basically learning several steps all at once, and then trying to go through your memory or your notes or whatever, if you're taking notes, and then trying to implement those steps, learn that one little bite-sized nugget, act on it, apply it in what you're doing, and then complete it, and then go on to the next step. So basically, it's a whole rinse and repeat process. You're going to add every new thing that you learn into basically a list of things that you're already doing that's proper. So all the proper things you're already doing, you're just going to add that new little piece to it. So you're going to add a new piece that you can then implement and take action on and keep going down the line. Eventually, it all becomes second nature, and everything you've learned will start getting retained a lot better. But the problem is a lot of people come in, they either learn too much at once, and some people don't learn enough, and that's a whole different story. I mean, if you're not going to take time to learn it, then it's a waste of time trying to apply it. But but a lot of people have the opposite issue, which is the whole analysis paralysis issue, where you're just learning so much stuff at once because you're excited, you want to get into it, and then you can't act on all of it at once. So let it become second nature to you. Complete each baby step, basically, or each little bite-sized nugget. Learn it, apply it, and complete it, and move on. That is the whole the basic understanding of how to do anything you're going to do online. And this goes for anything you're going to do, in life in general. It doesn't have to just be online. It could be anything. Basically, anything you do, use this technique, and it's going to make it that much easier to get into. Okay, today, it was an extremely brief episode. I know you guys like a lot of these brief episodes. Some of you want me to do some longer ones, and, maybe here soon I'll jump into some longer drawn out podcasts. But I basically try to break the information down in simple, easy to understand processes and give that to you, because most of you are on, spare time and you're trying to learn this stuff. So again, as always, I'm not trying to overload you all at once here. But use this technique I'm teaching you today, apply it to your online business, or again, if you have other things you're doing, apply it to that. But use the technique, use the information, and go learn something and apply it today and really get started. I'm Michael Brown. And if you really like this episode of the podcast, you probably already are a member at unleashingyoursuccess.com. But if not, you can go to www.unleashingyoursuccess.com and you can basically join the community. And I teach making money online and how to get started and all that. You can also find me on Google Plus or Facebook just by searching Unleashing Your Success. And you can get started doing this stuff for yourself. And if you are a member of Unleashing Your Success, do make sure you join as a member of the Google Plus community. It's a community where you can ask me questions, you can get advice, you can share with the group, because the working in a group setting is a great way to continue building your knowledge and to continue growing as you go through this, and so you can learn more and basically start building your own online income and make more money for yourself. So again, I'm Michael Brown, Unleashing Your Success. This was another episode of the Online Success Podcast, and I will see you in another episode real soon. See you guys.
You've been listening to the Online Success Podcast with Michael Brown. Here's to your success.